Okay.
Yes, we are on air. Hi.
Olá a todos, sejam todos muito bem-vindos a este workshop sobre o LAS, que é Large Scale Scrum em organizações de grande porte. É um prazer imenso ter todos vocês aqui, não é, participando nesse dia que é Thanksgiving, não é, na América. Bem, hoje vamos então explorar juntos os princípios e as práticas do LESS, que é um framework utilizado para ajudar as empresas a lidar com os desafios de escalar o desenvolvimento ágil, né? Promovendo uma colaboração entre as equipes, alinhando os objetivos do produto, foco no cliente, todas essas coisas que já nós conhecemos. O nosso objetivo hoje aqui é compartilhar conhecimentos e experiências que vão transformar a forma como vocês ou como nós trabalhamos, né, e lideramos as iniciativas ágeis. Vamos apresentar então Eu vou falar um bocadinho antes de mim. Ah, Acho que 50% das pessoas aqui já me conhecem, mas o meu nome é Simone Schneider, eu tenho mais de 25 anos de experiência como professora e tradutora. Nos últimos 6 anos, eu tenho vivido em Portugal por quase 10 anos já, e nos últimos 6 anos eu tenho me especializado em preparar os profissionais de várias áreas para as entrevistas de emprego, né? Mas o meu foco é, em particular, os profissionais da área da agilidade. Então, faz algum tempo venho trabalhando com esse público na preparação para as entrevistas a nível internacional. O Jean, vamos apresentar o Jean. Jean Gandol é o cofundador da KSTS Consulting. Jean é um consultor de design organizacional, né, coach e instrutor de métodos adaptativos e também de Lean. É uma pessoa já com uma grande experiência, né, na área de coaching, e de preparação e de consultoria com as empresas, certo? É reconhecido já em todo mundo como um instrutor de alto nível, né? Principalmente em design organizacional e centralidade no produto. Ele tem mais 20 anos de experiência profissional e nos últimos 15 anos ele ajuda as empresas de diferentes tamanhos e setores a melhorar as suas dinâmicas internas. Mas vamos lá, vamos às perguntas. Let's go. Let's start with the questions, right? And then at the end, we will have some time to uh, you have some time to make your own questions. Então vamos começar com as perguntas. A primeira pergunta, Jean, deixa eu só colocar aqui na minha tela. Ok, ok, sim. Minha primeira pergunta, Jean, my first question is, can you briefly explain what less large-scale Scrum is and how it differs from traditional Scrum? Em português, você pode explicar brevemente o que é o LESS, Large Scale Scrum, e como ele se diferencia do Scrum tradicional?
Um, sure. Thank you for asking. And I'll speak slowly also. Large Scrum as a lightweight framework that was
Uhum.
introduced to manage, to develop small products is a very
Ok.
effective way to handle small scale product development.
Então, o Jim diz que o LESS é um framework mais leve e que foi criado para desenvolver os produtos, né, em larga escala e alguns pequenos também.
However, large-scale Scrum is an organizational design system You can call it a framework, but I prefer calling it a system that is specifically used for large scale, not small, large scale product development that involves many more people than just 3 to 9 developers. It is used for large products, typically by mid-sized to large organizations that involve many more people. And it expects organizational design improvements that are not explicitly discussed and mentioned in small or basic Scrum because in large scale Scrum, we need to impact so many different um, um, organizational aspects, gears, if you will. And
Okay, Jim, I will kindly ask you to cut in small, because then it's too
got it,
much information and I don't want to leave anything out.
got it. So
Okay, so it's an organization, it's a framework designed for large companies, right?
it's a framework, it's a system that's designed for large scale product development, not small scale product,
Ok.
large scale product development.
Então, o LESS, ele é destinado para, é um framework destinado para os grandes projetos com grandes empresas, não para os pequenos projetos, ok?
And thank you. And to add more to this, a large scale Scrum adoption expects certain organizational changes that may not be necessarily obvious when implementing small Scrum, just because it involves many more people. So HR, norms and policies, budgeting and finance, those are the typical things that we need to look at.
Então, para implementar o Large Scale Scrum, é preciso mudar toda a estrutura organizacional para que se faça uma adoção de forma mais correta, né? Algumas estruturas que são usadas nos projetos e nas empresas pequenas, nesse caso, já não podem ser usados aqui no LESS.
One more thing, um, small scale Scrum, one team Scrum could be implemented almost without explicitly changing organizational dynamics around it. Because it's small, concise, usually you can do it in a way that doesn't challenge the rest of the organization.
Ah,
Large
ok.
is more.
Uhum. Na verdade, o Jean diz que não há necessidade de fazer uma transformação em todos os níveis da empresa. São pequenas modificações que tem de haver para que seja adotado de forma correta. Nós temos uma pergunta. We have a question here,
Yes,
but we will leave the questions for the end of the
we'll
meeting.
be fine,
Okay?
sure. Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. The next question is, what inspired the creation of LESS and what challenges in scaling Agile does it aim to address?
What expired? What I'm sorry, what inspired? It's so as the framework, as the system, it has been officially maybe introduced in 2015. However, please translate.
Yeah. Foi iniciado em 2015 o processo. Yeah.
However, the experiments and experience collected about large-scale Scrum spans for much longer than that, close to 25 years in making, with 3 books that were written before it ever became a framework or a system that we know.
Um, can you please give me a minute? Uh, I made the question, but I didn't put it in Portuguese for the people that don't speak. So
Right.
I will ask you to go back a little bit. So,
Sure.
o que inspirou a criação do DES e quais os desafios no escalonamento do ágil este framework busca resolver? Essa é a pergunta, ok? Então, foi criado em 2015, ok, em 2015, ok, then.
Yeah, more or less. However, the experiments that have been collected on large scale Scrum, and obviously experience also experiments and experience, they have been in making for close to 25 years, and it was never meant to be as something to sell, something to collect and learn from. So the inspiration was because, hey, companies typically work on very large products, not small ones, large ones. How to do this effectively, how to do this smart. That's how large scale
Okay.
stuff came about, in simple words.
So, de uma forma mais simples, então, o LESS foi criado já há 25 anos, é feito este estudo, né, no escalonamento, e não foi criado como algo para ser vendido, não é? Mas para trazer esse novo mindset.
Next question.
Yes, next question. Yes, I was
Oh, I'm
hoping that
sorry,
you were.
challenges.
Yeah,
So,
no, no, it's okay, it's okay. So, for organizations already using Scrum at a team level, what are the primary reasons to transition to less? Para as organizações que já utilizam o Scrum no nível de equipe, quais são as principais razões para fazer a transição para o less?
sure. So, I want to answer this question not in a way that does not justify. So let me rephrase that. We wouldn't be using less. We wouldn't be leveraging less because we want to do less a favor. We would be doing less only if it's consistent with our organizational system optimizing goals. So let me pause here so you can translate. It has to be consistent with what we're trying to do. And I will explain this in a second.
O less não pode ser feito de qualquer forma, né? Ele tem que ser feito de uma forma consistente. E a ideia estar, aí vem minha palavra em inglês, committed, é estar vinculado à consistência, a fazer as coisas como o framework estabelece.
For example, if I want to optimize for speed of delivery, if I want to optimize for precision, if I want to optimize for keeping people busy, if I want to optimize for uh, protecting layers of the organization, I would not be using less.
Um, então, o que ele diz é que se a ideia for optimizar mudanças todas as camadas da empresa, né? Todas as camadas organizacionais. Se a ideia for fazer entregas mais rápidas, se a entrega for manter os funcionários, os seus developers e todos os teams trabalhando intensamente, então o less não é uma boa ideia.
However, if I would like to optimize for adaptiveness, for agility, for being able to change fast direction wise, and if I would like to optimize for reducing transactional costs and switching costs and cycle time, then large scale Scrum could be an option for me.
Então, se a ideia for optimizar a agilidade, a adaptação, uma direção para os projetos, a redução de custos, então less é uma boa opção.
We also want to say this. When we consider using less, we need to understand that where we're going to be using less, organizational design is highly likely to change. It would be almost impossible for a typical large organization to say we're going to do less and we're not going to change the way we operate structure-wise?
Então, uma das questões importantes a lembrar é que o design organizacional ele está sempre em constante modificação, né? Ele está sempre em mudanças.
And
Ok?
last thing I'm going to say, it depends what's more important to you. Do you want to optimize for effective product centricity and customer focus for a large product on one hand? Or do you want to optimize to protect your existing organizational structure that has been around for decades and decades and decades? On the other hand, what's more important to you? Status
Ok.
quo protection or this? Or improving your product development?
É importante, então, salientar que é preciso saber qual é o foco da organização, se é a otimização da agilidade, do direcionamento, das reduções de custos e tudo mais, ou se é a proteção de um ambiente organizacional. Ambiente organizacional. São dois focos diferentes, né? Aquele da adaptação e da agilidade, ou então o protecionismo daquilo que já existe consolidado há muitos anos, em termos de organização da empresa.
Thank you. Shall we go to the next question?
Yeah, shall we go? Yes, shall we go? For organizations. No, 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 that's not. We did this. The last framework. Now let's talk about last principles, princípios e estrutura do last. The last framework emphasized simplicity. How does this principle manifest in large-scale implementations? O framework last enfatiza simplicidade. Como esse princípio se manifesta em implementações em larga escala?
Sure. By the way, and side note, lots of this, we have some funny graphics to share, which I will share later. To answer the question, when a large organization says, we are huge, and this is why we need a huge framework, this is a mistake. It's almost like saying, I weigh 500 pounds, and in order for me to look better, I need a suit that's going to be able to cover 500 pounds of my body weight. Completely defeats the purpose. Large
Okay.
scale, I'm sorry, stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Então, se a ideia é mostrar nós somos uma organização grande e nós somos importantes, não é? E colocar isso como pronto, nós somos importantes, nós usamos o fato ou o terno, a coisa que mostra a importância de uma empresa ou que nós ganhamos milhões. Ok.
And to be even more specific, the intention, the purpose of large scale Scrum is not to embrace, engulf, and dress up the whole organizational structure as we know it today. The purpose of large scale Scrum is to create support for a new organizational structure that will be much leaner, much healthier, and specific to support product development. So
Ok. Então, a ideia do less não é embrace, to abraçar toda a organização, mas sim criar um suporte para que haja uma renovação da mentalidade, né? Não é dress up, não é vestir isso de uma forma assim que demonstre uma certa arrogância por ser uma empresa grande, mas sim a simplicidade, ok?
And one more little thing to add, we want to think of large scale Scrum as a system that supports large scale product development. When we say large scale, we mean more than one team, but it does not automatically assume that every role and every organizational layer that exists today would be automatically included. this is going to be a completely different mindset here because we're building ground up, taking only minimalistically what we need.
Uhum. Ok. Então, o, o Lens é uma. Eu recebi umas mensagens aqui. Vamos fazer uma adição ao que foi dito antes. O Lens é conhecido por uma simplicidade e abordagem minimalista. Ele evita, então, introduzir camadas adicionais de complexidade e burocracia, permitindo que as equipes se concentrem em entregar valor. Preserva os valores e princípios centrais do Scrum, enfatizando equipes auto-organizadas, desenvolvimento iterativo e melhoria contínua. Ok, obrigada. Foi o Marcos que Marcos mandou isso.
Large scale Scrum does not protect existing organizational structure. It will challenge it. Large scale
Ok.
is intended
O
to.
Large Scale Scrum, ele não vai proteger o que já existe, né? Aquelas empresas que já estão ali estruturadas. Ele vai trazer uma mudança, né? É uma mudança que ele propõe.
Yes, large scale Scrum is intended to support large scale product development, which may not necessarily need many organizational structures that we know today.
Ok. Não é necessário fazer de acordo com o que existe em termos organizacionais hoje, não é? A ideia é trazer a mudança e adaptação para essas empresas, sem fazer, fazendo as mudanças necessárias, mas não a todos os níveis.
Perhaps we could go to the next one. Yes.
Next, yes, okay. Don't you want to add anything else? All right. So the next one is I'm receiving some messages here, then we will have to talk about it later. So could you walk us through the role of the product owner in less compared to single team Scrum?
Interesting. Thank you. The role of a product owner in large scale Scrum is no different from the role of a product owner in one team Scrum, with perhaps the only difference that a product is much bigger.
E
And
não há diferença, basicamente, do trabalho do product owner no less e nas outros frameworks. O que vai mudar é o tamanho do produto.
therefore, it is even more important in large scale Scrum to ensure that a product owner is properly positioned organizationally, properly empowered, and properly focused on strategy, mission, vision, budgeting, and other things that are going to make him a mini CEO of that product.
Ok, então a ideia é dar a visibilidade ao Product Owner dentro das camadas da organização, dando-lhe o poder para todos aqueles que nós já sabemos que são do próprio Product Owner, que são os mesmos, não é? Mas deixando isso de uma forma explícita dentro da organização.
Thank you. One more thing to add. And because of that, it is even more critical to engage properly engage users and stakeholders and other business people that could work directly with developers to provide clarifications and details as needed, because the PO will continue focusing on strategy, mission, vision, and strategic prioritization.
O problema é trazer, então, para este framework, são os users e os stakeholders que gostam de estar ligados diretamente aos developers e resolver e clarificar as coisas diretamente com os developers, não passando pela figura do product owner. Esse é um dos desafios, seria um dos momentos cruciais e dificuldade em algumas organizações.
Thank you. So the
Next
role of
question.
product owner, just to emphasize, the role of
Yeah.
product owner in large scale Scrum conceptually is the same as its one team Scrum. However, the impact the organizational visibility, influence, and when we say impact, we also mean financial impact because a product is bigger. Everything is higher, more visible, more powerful, more influential. So it's important to choose a right person.
Ok. Então, Jean diz que é importante escolher o Product Owner correto para esse tipo de trabalho com o LES, porque tudo é muito mais, né? Ele tem mais poder, ele tem mais atribuições, ele tem ahm, ah, mais, um trabalho em termos de tamanho muito maior, portanto, ele tem que ser realmente um product owner, apesar de ter todas as características de um product owner nos outros tipos de equipes. Este é um trabalho que envolve um projeto maior, portanto, tem que ser realmente uma pessoa com mais capacitações.
Thank you. We are
Yes.
ready to move on. Yeah, we're doing well, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yes. How does LESS handle dependencies across multiple teams working on the same product?
Excellent question.
Então, como o LES lida com dependências entre as várias equipes trabalhando no mesmo produto?
A very traditional way to think about dependencies at any organization of old style is we have more dependencies, so we need more dependencies managers. We need to skillfully manage dependencies with dependency management techniques. And it's complexity that gives birth to the complexity to the complexity. So if you're more garbage, you need more garbage people to clean. You have more garbage people to clean, they will be looking for more garbage. More garbage, more people to clean, and on and on and on. Please translate.
É. Ele usa aqui uma forma bastante interessante de dizer que quanto mais lixo tem, mais pessoas precisamos para limpar este lixo. Portanto, tende a ser, não é, em termos de quantidade, mais complexidades, mais dependencies vão acontecer. Então, é preciso que hajam os times para
And
as equipes para.
and this is why in large scale Scrum we use a completely different concept. Instead of trying to manage dependencies, we're trying to reduce dependencies.
Ok, ao invés de resolver as dependências, as questões que surgem de complexidades e dificuldades, eles vão, então, no less, tentar reduzir essas dependências.
Yes, and by saying this, we essentially mean that we need to improve how our teams work, how our developers work, how our organization is structured, so that instead of managing skillfully all of these dependencies and creating crazy work for so many people, we can reduce these dependencies so people can talk directly to each other, the fewer dependencies. That's
So the idea is to make them more self-organized. That's what you said.
more self-organized and be able to talk to each other and be less
Uhum,
dependent on translators.
uhum.
And
Ok, so a ideia no LESS é para reduzir essas dependências, é fazer com que as equipes estejam mais auto-organizadas, não é? E que se falem entre si para que possam resolver as dependências que ocorrem e, assim, também reduzir as dependências por este contato, né? Essa comunicação.
so whereas we have dependencies from time to time, instead of trying to manage them skillfully with some skillful project management techniques, we're trying to reduce them. And whatever is left, we're trying to optimize for close collaboration and direct communication between, developers to developers, developers to users, users to users, instead of having managers of managers of managers of managers managing dependencies.
Então, a ideia principal em termos de dependências é transformar os times em times auto-organizados, que têm uma comunicação mais direta, evitando o aumento das dependências, reduzindo, portanto, né, as dependências, ao invés de estabelecer técnicas e buscar as técnicas de gerir essas dependências.
Thank you.
Okay?
It's good.
So let's go to the next. Uh, what are the most common challenges? How can they overcome them? Então, quais são os desafios?
Simone, you're muffled. Sound a little? No.
Yes, okay, again. So, what are the most common challenges organizations face when implementing less, and how can they overcome them? Quais são os desafios mais comuns que as organizações enfrentam ao implementar o LESS e como elas podem superá-los?
I love the question. Please translate. I love the question. Um, well, so the biggest challenge is changing or challenging the status quo of the organizational structure and CERNed quite a few people within it. The biggest challenge is to change organizational layers, organizational reporting alignment, and organizational structure, because structure is the first order factor. And let me tell you how.
Então, o maior desafio é conseguir mudar o status quo, não é? E mudar as camadas organizacionais, e a estrutura dessas grandes empresas.
It would be incorrect to say that large scale Scrum is going to be peacefully received and happily received by each and every organizational structure that we know today. Why? Because their optimization goals could be very different from the large scale Scrum system. And we already.
Sorry.
Yep.
Seria um erro dizer que o Lé seria recebido de uma forma muito contente e alegre, não é porque ele realmente faz mudanças, mas o que tem em termos de exemplo das organizações que existem hoje são organizações que conseguiram alcançar os seus objetivos e a forma como alcançam e esses objetivos é, é um bocado diferente daquilo que se conhece em outros frameworks.
Thank you. In order for it to overcome it, we do not make our goal to change the whole organization at once. So if you have a bank that is 300,000 people or 200,000 people, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to go what's called deep and narrow and build our org structure around the product definition. So we want to be very product centric. Please,
Okay.
I'll say something.
Can you explain how you do this last part?
So in other words, we do not, so if our organization is huge and there are lots of what's called organizational antibodies that would probably fight back against less. That's not the goal to unpack and install large-scale Scrum on the whole existing traditional organizational structure. That's important. The goal of... Go ahead.
A ideia, então, para se ultrapassar esses desafios não é mudar a empresa em todas as camadas e toda a empresa de uma vez só. Tá? Isso é uma coisa que vai ao passo a passo. Pode continuar. Can you continue, please?
Our goal is to go not broad and shallow for the whole company. Our goal is to go deep and narrow. And when we do this deep and narrow, we are trying to build our organizational structure of large-scale Scrum around the product so we can build a product. So by doing so, this is important, we're not challenging everyone. We're just...
So the idea is go step by step, changing the layers, but step by step.
The idea is this.
And
Yeah. This is your organization, and we're not asking to change everything. We're saying over here in a small sandbox, we will do less adoption, but we will do this. It's called a parallel organization, which means we will not be challenging everything and everyone in this large structure because that's going to be very tough. We're going to do this here in a smaller, protected scale, but specifically what we're going to do, we're going to be building a product that is properly defined. If you have 275,000 people still doing old stuff at the bank or an insurance company or another company, continue doing that for now. Let us have success.
ok. Então, tentar ultrapassar então esses desafios, não é possível, por exemplo, que alguém diga, ó, nós queremos mudar a companhia toda. Isso não é possível porque seria muito complicado empresas com um número de funcionários muito alto, não fazer essas modificações em todos os níveis. Portanto, começas de um escopo pequeno, trabalhando com aquele produto e depois então vão alcançando as outras camadas aos poucos.
And by doing so, we are avoiding fighting everyone, and we're trying not to create too many frictions. We're trying not to challenge more than we can handle. So we do this
Uhum.
deep and narrow way. You may call this stepwise, but it's before we do this, we actually put a lot of thinking into what exactly we're doing. Like we need to define our product really well. We need to understand it. We're just not doing it for the sake of changing something. We're doing
É.
it.
O mais importante é definir bem o produto, e focar no produto e fazer isso de uma forma mais controlada, em uma modalidade menor, até alcançar aquilo que se quer.
And to say one more thing before we move on, one of the biggest challenges we have to overcome is mid-level management resistance. Because for a typical
Ah,
organization, large, with many layers, with so many pockets of control, I do this little thing, you do this little thing, she does that, he does that. Everyone does their little thing. There are too many managers and managers of managers and too many layers. And therefore, when we say we're going to do this something small, lean, simple here, their immediate reaction, what am I going to do tomorrow? How is it going to impact my life? I want to be busy. I want to be involved. Hold on, we're not changing you. You're there. We're going to call you when we need you, if we need you. And that's what the
é.
challenge we're getting sometimes.
Para finalizar, ele diz que um dos maiores desafios para ultrapassar é são as empresas com com várias layers, camadas organizacionais, com muitos gerentes, com muitas, e cada um tem já, eu faço isso, tu fazes isso, ele faz aquilo, e então quando traz um sistema, um framework em que é tudo muito mais simples, não é? Ficam todos muito chocados. Então, e o que que nós vamos fazer agora? Qual vai ser meu trabalho agora? Basicamente é a dificuldade em mudar esse mindset das bases de administração que ficam intermediárias ali dos muitos gerentes.
Thank you. By the way, our next question is very tightly coupled to this one. So
Yes.
we can touch that.
So the next question is, uh, how does less address resistance to change, especially in organizations with established hierarchies and silos?
Thank you very much.
Em português. Como o LES aborda a resistência à mudança, especialmente em organizações com hierarquias e silos estabelecidos?
Excellent. So first thing we need to do always, especially in the corporate world, is to make sure that everyone feels safe. No one's going to need to lose a job. Maybe you want to translate this.
Can you repeat, please? Because I was taking notes here.
Yes, the most important thing in this case, but also anytime we deal with a corporate environment, is to make sure people feel safe and feel that no one is going to lose a job because of this.
Ok. O principal neste caso é fazer com que aquelas pessoas que estão a trabalhar na empresa sintam-se seguras e que essa modificação, essa mudança não vai trazer problemas em termos de perder o trabalho. Esse é o tipo de segurança que primeiro precisa se estabelecer na empresa.
Yeah. For a large organization with many hierarchies and silos, just like the question says, every
Yeah.
time we say we will do something simple, lean, will reduce complexity, will make it flatter for a person who's involved in this complexity, they will say, "Oh my God, what does it mean to me?" That means my layer, my little space is going to be challenged. This is why, this is why when we do a less adoption, we try to keep we'll stay there where you are. We're not trying to go after you. We are doing something here. We need you, we're gonna call.
Uhum.
Yeah. Simple.
Ah, é importante fazer com que as pessoas entendam que as mudanças vão acontecer primeiramente aqui, não é? Porque o que quando vem todas essas questões e a tentativa das mudanças, todos ficam um bocado ah, preocupados, não é, com as suas camadas, onde estão, o que que vai acontecer. Então é preciso que tenha essa consciência de que as coisas vão acontecer primeiro neste espectro, para depois ir em frente.
One good example, actually, this is a general example. We want to make sure people do this by volunteering. We want to make sure people do what's called an educated decision, not just a guess, should I do it, shouldn't I do it? Not by force, by volunteering based on good understanding what they're doing.
É. As decisões são todas feitas de forma pensada e estruturadas, não é? Nada vai ser na base do achismo ou na base da força também.
For example, I'm sorry, taking this further. I need to build a
Sim.
product. I have a well-defined product, and I think I may need about 35 to 40 developers. This is about maybe five or six, maybe seven, up to eight teams. Great. I'm going to pick and choose the best of the best people that are available that are willing to do it. And there's some criteria that I'm going to go by: cross functional, multi-skilled, full stack developers, common sense for Scrum. And typically, we will say, well, we don't need PMO here. We don't need a change manager here. We don't need a relationship manager here. We don't need, you name it, coordination or dependencies managers here. So stay there, stay there. That's your place. That's your company. Stay with it. We're building something here that's much simpler, and we don't need your function. So be safe over there.
But when you say that, you're talking about in the same company, people that have this mindset will not take part of the project, that will take the first step in less. That's what you say?
Essentially, if we need to adopt large-scale Scrum, less product development, we do not need many managers. In fact, we may not need any managers. We need skilled developers. So many managers may still continue doing work for the rest of the company, 270,000 people. We just pull people that are necessary to do work.
Ok. Bom, porque então é baseado na simplicidade, o Less, ele não vai precisar de tantos managers, de tantos gerentes, não é? Os gerentes podem estar na empresa a fazer as outras coisas relativas a outras camadas da empresa, enquanto para o projeto que vai ser desenvolvido com o Leslie, vai ser necessário só mesmo aqueles developers que realmente tenham várias habilidades, que são pessoas já com aquele mindset do Scrum também. ah, e os gerentes, todos os outros gerentes que não são necessários para aquele projeto, vão ficar fazendo as suas atividades lá na empresa, nas outras áreas em que poderão atuar.
Yeah.
Ok. We still have some questions and we are running out of time. So
Okay.
I don't know what do should I go on with the questions or would you like to answer?
Some of them actually, the two of them are written. One is from Sherman, one is from Marcos. They in English. I can either read. I can read. You can translate. I can try to answer or explain why it would be difficult to answer now.
Mhm. Maybe it could be by chat. You can answer right, like with something, or you can answer by you can take this, and we can get the email for people if you don't have time to, and
Sure.
then you
I'm happy
answer
to answer
them
it. Yeah.
by email.
By the way, I sent a questionnaire at the very top of the channel. If you don't mind going and checking, it's the survey. People have a chance to fill it out anytime between now and the end of the weekend or
Yeah,
whenever.
we have a survey. Ok. Temos aqui no form, no Google Forms, temos aqui uma survey, algumas perguntas para que vocês possam responder. Vamos ainda fazer aqui algumas outras que temos ah,
So,
para
shall we
fazer.
go to the questions? I send another link for the survey, but yeah, I can take Sherman's. Why choose less over safe or other scale performance, for example? What are the advantages? Can I take that
Yeah.
one? Try? Can I try?
Yeah, sure, sure. Let's see. Just let me see the question again.
Very first
It's
one.
the first one, yeah. Why choose less over safe? For example, what are the advantages, Sherman?
Um, so first of all, some of the advantages, there so many to list, and I think we mentioned some of them at the beginning. I think the question, why choose one over the other, it's they're not in the same league. It's I understand enough about safe to be dangerous, but I can tell you a person or a company that wants to do safe, they would almost never look into something like large scale Scrum because um, it serves completely, fundamentally, almost different goals. In my
Um, just a minute. Então, alguém que escolha, que tem o perfil de escolher o safe, jamais vai escolher o less, porque eles têm fundamentos totalmente diferentes um do outro.
For example, anywhere I go, safe would be typically um, in golden partnership and in conjunction with a tooling company. And it would impact thousands and thousands of people at once. Most likely, they will have either the same role on the safe or relabeled role on the safe without much organizational design improvements. I haven't seen those much. So it's for big, large, big bangs. That's probably amazing for whoever does it. But I can't. It's almost like it's a completely different optimizing goal. If you want to protect your status quo, if you want to protect the manager's position, if you want to keep everyone busy, and with the slightly different terminology, then probably safe is a good place to go. Say
Então, o safe is the framework that would protect these layers.
it would
That's what
most
you said.
likely protect those layers or maybe even create new ones.
Okay. And don't create new ones. That's what you said?
Or maybe
Safe
even
just,
create some new ones that did not exist. Like if you look at the way people are, yeah, it
okay.
doesn't challenge the status quo, safe. That's why it's the whole industry knows about it because it's easy.
Então, o safe ele é para as grandes, big, mesmo muito grandes empresas que tentam manter aquela estrutura e proteger as camadas que já existem ali há muito tempo. Ah, vão algumas modificações acontecerem, algumas outras camadas serão adicionadas, talvez, mas o status quo da empresa não é modificado integralmente.
Majority of my experience is SAFe is typically introduced by mid-level management or PMO. That's or PMO-like people.
Mhm.
Optimize for
Okay.
control, optimize for precision, for prediction.
So, but what are the then? How can you explain the advantages of less than simplicity?
Again, large-scale Scrum would not take as untouchable the existing organizational structure. It would not say, oh, because your organizational complexity is so important to you, we're not going to touch it. No, we are going to touch it, but we're not going to touch it for.
Okay. Uh, sorry, sorry. Um, o less não é a situação de que vai chegar na empresa e vai dizer, olha, nós não vamos tocar em absolutamente nada, não é? Vão ser tocadas em alguns aspectos, vão ser algumas modificações feitas, sim. Ok.
My very quick example would be with analogy. A 500-pound patient asks his doctor, "What do I do to look better? Because I have a ball to attend." Oh, just buy yourself a huge baggy suit that will fit your 500-pound body. Unless we'll say, I'm sorry. In order, if you want to improve, you actually need to, jump on a treadmill. Uh, so this is my way of creating an analogy. Less, less does not have a goal to keep your organizational structure the same as it used to be. At least not where we
Ok,
try.
o objetivo do LES não é manter a empresa do jeito que estava no início, né? Haverá modificações nesse sentido,
Yeah. So completely
ok?
different goals, completely, a less patient would never look at the safe medication, and a safe patient will never look at the less medication.
The next question is,
Yeah.
LES is known for its simplicity and minimalistic. No, 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 this is not a question.
Yep. I
This
read.
is not a question. The last one is Pilar's question. What is the difference between LES and Nexus from Scrum.org?
I see.
Nexus seems to me to have the same mission as LES. Could you clarify,
Sure.
então, qual a diferença do LES para o Nexus, da Scrum.org, e se o Nexus parece ter, quer dizer, o Nexus parece ter a mesma missão do LES, teria isso? Poderia esclarecer? Can you clarify it?
Great. Thank you. By the way, I have a recording between one of Les trainers and Nexus co-creators speaking together, and we have a recording. I'm happy to share. Just remind me. But I'll say this: I have a lot of respect for Nexus and a lot of recognition for what they have conceptualized and introduced. I think it came to the market at a certain point in time where um, there was a lot of similarities in thoughts and ideas with respect to multi-team coordination and large-scale Scrum product developers development up to 8 to 9 teams. In my view, Nexus is almost like a brother of Les. However, Les has 25 years in making, so many more books and case studies written, and more importantly, less very deeply goes into organizational design that makes less capable. So probably the same approach should be applied to Nexus, but I really haven't seen how this. I mean, I haven't read the books, but I have a lot of respect for where Nexus is coming from, and for those people that
Okay,
teach.
but basically, which is you would say the basic difference between Nexus
The
and
biggest
LES?
difference would be, I guess, in my view, large-scale Scrum pays a lot of attention and spends a lot of time explaining organizational design and system dynamics that sit around us. It includes HR, norms and policies, budget and finance, site strategies, vendor management, stuff that is super organizational. In my view, Nexus just focuses on multi-team coordination and development. So it's
Oh, basically, LES is focus in the design and the dynamics of the organizations.
Yes, very organizational, structure-oriented system, a body of knowledge above.
Então, a diferença seria basicamente que o LESS é focado no design e nas dinâmicas organizacionais, ok? Basicamente, essa é a diferença. E Nexus, how would you say that Nexus see this point?
Uh, I'm sorry, how do I see Nexus to the question to me? Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
I'm
yes, sure.
sorry, what's the last one? How do I see the Nexus?
My question is still, no, this is the last one, but I just still want to know uh, about this that we were talking, the differences between LESS and Nexus.
So the biggest difference to me is Nexus does not explicitly address organizational design dynamics and what happens beyond Nexus.
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
you were to ask me, so I would be very happy to see that a company does Nexus implementation successfully. It doesn't really matter. I mean, but most of its organizational design challenges they would have to answer somehow. And less body of knowledge could be very useful, could be very handy there. Like I said, Nexus has been, we can see when Nexus was introduced into the marketplace, and we can take a look at the dates of less, and we can understand why this is the case.
Ok, so o Nexus, na verdade, não tem o foco nas dinâmicas organizacionais e não, e resolve muitas das situações. Ele, inclusive, faz cumprimentos ao framework, mas, pronto, são coisas totalmente diferentes. So,
But
totally different frameworks, yeah.
please remember, Nexus
With
comes.
different focuses.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Please remember, Nexus comes from this Scrum.org, Mr. Kane Schwaber's company, and this is authentic and natural as we would like it to be. So this is great. I mean, unlike Safe, Nexus came from the camp of agility. And
Ok, Nexus
they,
vem da agilidade, yeah. Okay. Um, hey guys, have you got any questions? Anything else to ask? Nope, nope. So, would you like to share some graphics that you sent, Jim?
so
Or
there's a lot. So I might as well.
okay.
What we can do, I have my website, and I can share with you my link.
Yeah. Can
This
you share on the chat, please?
Yeah, so I'm going to share. Um, this is just I call them agile humor. This is just one page. It has too many things. If we can somehow, if I can go back after this call, like in the next few days, maybe tomorrow, if I can look at the questions we've answered, I will pick specific graphics that could be very instrumental in our next conversation, perhaps, but specifically related to what we discussed today.
Okay.
Oh,
A Jim vai partilhar agora o website e uma parte do website que ele chama de humorístico. Yeah. It's a little bit of humor about
quite a
Scrum
bit.
and Less, yeah. Um bocado de humor sobre Scrum e tudo que envolve. E aí vamos deixar aqui a, o website, o link para que vocês possam acessar e verificar.
One more thing. There are many other assets, articles, experience reports, case studies that I could share with people if they're interested. They are in English, but today Google Translate can do amazing things. So
And ChatGPT as well.
I think people speak English. So it's lovely.
A Jen vai partilhar então alguns artigos também. O website tem muitos artigos, tem muitos vídeos, tem muitos eventos também, todos gratuitos, que vocês podem estar acessando e conhecer um bocado mais sobre Less e outras coisas mais. Not only about Less, right? There are lots of things about Scrum
Yes.
and agility. Yeah. Tem muitas coisas sobre Scrum e agilidade, não somente sobre LAS.
People can always, through the website or directly through LinkedIn, they can reach out to me and ask for specific
Uhum.
resources and specific assets they're interested.
Ah, vocês ainda podem também enviar mensagens no site e tirar as dúvidas daquilo que acharem necessário. Um, so I would kindly ask you to go to the Google form and answer the questions, right, to provide us with some feedback about your thoughts about Scrum and about large scale Scrum. And it was really nice
Yes,
having you here today.
would be
Would you
great.
like to say anything else, Jean?
No, I just want to thank people for attending. I know most of people, most of them here, to some extent understand English, but there are many other folks in Portugal and Brazil that do not. That's my understanding, and my hope, my genuine hope, is that we can somehow bring them in. And this seemed to be a pretty simple way. It was relatively effective. I think it was pretty effective. You will be the judge of it, but I think it was pretty effective how we did this. I just want to expand more and more knowledge about large scale Scrum, disseminate it into Portugal and into Brazil. Brazil is my time zone almost, so that's like really easy. Portugal also, but anyway, that's my intention.
Então, a intenção com este workshop é abraçar a comunidade portuguesa e brasileira, no sentido de trazer mais esclarecimentos sobre o LESS, né? Haverá outros eventos, como este, no futuro, e a ideia é trazer um bocado mais de conhecimento, porque é um framework um bocado novo, principalmente no Brasil, não sei se em Portugal o Guilherme é capaz de me dizer melhor isso, mas acho que no Brasil é realmente bastante novo. Ok? Muito bem,
Thank you
that's
very
it
much.
for today. Thank you very much.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving for you, Jean.
Thank you. Special
Yeah,
thank you to you, Simone. Many, many, many,
thank
many
you.
thanks to Simone for doing this.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah,
Thank
because
you for this opportunity to be here today also sharing
and the
with you.
recording, we hopefully can share it with
Yeah,
your wider audience.
yes, on LinkedIn as well, and we will be sharing, right? Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys.
Thank
Have a
you.
really nice weekend and thanks God it's Friday, right? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Simone, tira uma foto, Simone.
Tirar uma foto. Okay. Let's print screen. Let me close my okay here. Yes.
Okay. Should I
Prepared?
stop? Stop. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
just a minute. Yes.
you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Right. Thank you.
Bye, Jean.
Bye bye,
Nice to meet you.
George. Indeed.
Bye. Bye.
Marcos
See
here.
you guys. Thank
Everyone.
you.
Bye.